So the first item here is your banking, your bank's or credit union accounts. If I did your delivery, you probably will remember that I saved that for last, because just like when we were in school and usually the teacher would wait till right before the end of class to go over our homework so that it would be fresh in our minds, I wait until right before the appointment is done to talk about banking, because that's the most challenging part in most cases of doing your homework to make sure everything is in your trust. Most banks will simply retitle your existing accounts under the name of the trust. It doesn't change your checking account, it doesn't change your checks or how you sign them, but the bank has to update their records to show that instead of you and perhaps your spouse as joint owners of that account, that you have retitled, changed the ownership to your trust. And you, and if you have a co-trustee, are the trustees of that trust and still the owners, controllers of the money in those accounts. But you should never, if you reorder checks, don't ever put the name of your trust on your check. That's just not a smart thing to do in this day of bank thievery and that sort of thing. Anyway, don't want to get off on that. However, if your accounts have been retitled into the trust, then on your bank statement, that may show that it's part of the trust. And simply what that means is that you and the other trustee, if there is one, have complete control and access to the bank accounts, but the title, the ownership of those bank accounts is now with the trust. And remember, the beauty of the trust holding title to your assets is that when you all have left this world, your trust is still going to be here holding title, and someone here on this side is going to be authorized to step up and take charge of those things. So there's no probate necessary. However, if your bank accounts are still in your name, then that's something you need to talk to your delivery agent about the right way to and what to ask your bank to do. It may be that your primary banking is done at a credit union or at a bank that said, no, if you want your account to be in your trust, you're going to have to open up a brand new account in the name of your trust, and we didn't advise you to do that. In that case, you need to make sure that there are beneficiary designations. Financial institutions label that as a POD, payable on death. I stumbled in my mind because I was just on the phone talking with someone about a POA, which is a power of attorney. POD. If you have PODs on your banking accounts, they don't need to be in the trust, because upon your passing, if there is no co-owner left living, those funds will be distributed to the beneficiaries that you have named. So either way, either with retitling into your trust or putting beneficiaries through a payable on death, POD designation on your file at the bank or the credit union, that's how you will make sure that your banking accounts will not have to go through probate.